I got everything. Yeah. Hey grader, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. As you can see, I'm a little bit cold, so I have like a blanket here and a really nice steaming cup of tea here. Welcome to my 4th episode of the Knitting and Crochet the Mindful Creators podcast. I've been really liking doing these videos, and it's also really fun to see how I'm progressing in my projects. Not that fast, as you can see with the title of this video. That's really something I want to talk about. But first, let's get into some announcements or like news, because this Saturday this Saturday the 26th of November, we have our first community call. So this is really fun. If you don't know, I have a Facebook group. I have the link here below. A Facebook group, free group, with lots of fun people. We are with 62, I think. It has grown quite fast, so that's really fun. And within that group, I want to do a community call, so a Zoom live video call. And we have been planning, and we have a date now, so now I can invite you too. So yeah, so if you want to be there, it is this Saturday, I want to say Thursday again, this Saturday the 26th on Zoom. If you go into the Facebook group, you can see the links there. I also shared it on my Instagram, so go to there. You can also find some behind the scenes of the videos that I make and everything that I do. So really recommend to follow me there if you want to be up to date. And I also have put a picture in there. I will also share the link when the day comes, so you can join into there. So yeah, I hope you will be there. I am really excited to meet you all, and this week I will be getting into hosting tips, so make sure I'm the best host I possibly can be, because it's my first time too, so it's just something fun. So not too serious, but I want to be prepared, you know. So let's get that out of the way. And then something else, I'm so happy you're here. My videos have been doing quite well, and it has been so fun to see like a lot of people have been joining. Maybe you are new here, so welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. It really means a lot to me, and it also means a lot to this channel, because that means we can grow and get a bigger community and talk about these things together. So I truly appreciate you being here. If you like these kinds of videos, like it here. A follow would really help me too, so thank you so much. I'm really excited. As I do most of these podcasts, I want to start with our tea question. It's always a good icebreaker. Is it focusing? I hope it wasn't unfocused. I think it's focusing. The question, I'm gonna get this tea bag out of here too, because I have caramelized pear tea, but it gets very strong very fast. The question of today: which traditions do you have within your family? We have a few very fun traditions. I'm gonna get my tea bag out for a second. Okay, there's I think 2 things, of one which is quite common and one that is a little bit different. Yeah, we love to celebrate Christmas. That is a bit of a universal thing about people that celebrate Christmas, I think, but we do really love it. We always went to church when I was younger. I've been raised Protestant, but I do not practice going to church anymore. That's just my personal preference. My mom still does from time to time, but that was something that we always did. I sometimes go with her still with Christmas. And then after, we would have some lovely dinner, and nowadays I also have another family to go to from my boyfriend's side, so we have a very busy Christmas schedule most of the times. We have like Christmas Eve, then Christmas Day, and in the Netherlands here we celebrate also a second Christmas Day. I think it's a commercial thing, but it's nice because you have some more time to visit people. So this year, Christmas Day, we will be going to my parents. And then second Christmas Day, so for a second Christmas Day, we will be going to my boyfriend's grandparents, where his family will be going too. And then the day after, so after Christmas for us, we will also be visiting his mom, which is in the same area. So I'm really looking forward to that. And one other tradition thing that is also really fun is when we went on vacation, we always went camping. So we would drive there, and we always made snacks for on the road, but it was always the same things. and I'm still doing this now. So we have been having 2 vacations together, my boyfriend and I, but I also did it when I went on my own. I've been camping on my own in Luxembourg. And we make meatballs. We make, sometimes we make filled eggs. How do you say that? Like, I don't know how you say that in English, but you take like the egg yolk out when they are cooked, when they are hard cooked, and then mix it with a bit of mayo and something else, and then like pack it in there beautifully. We always have like these baby bell cheeses and beefy sausages. I don't know what's good, but that's also a tradition that we always do, and I really want to keep that in because it makes the road to vacation so much more fun. So that's something I just wanted to share. I would love to know if you have traditions in your family. Let me know in the comments below. I'm probably way too hot still, but I'm gonna try to have a sip. Oh, it's doable. In this video, I wanted to share a new whip that I have. I have a lot of things I've been working on. If you are familiar with my podcast, you will recognize most of them, or all of them, I think. And as you can see in the title, I wanted to talk about fast or slow knitting because I don't know if I'm just a very slow knitter or if everyone else is very fast. So that will come into this video too. Let's just start. I don't have any finished objects. The sock is still not finished. I know, I haven't been working much on it. My priority is mostly my mom's Christmas gift. And I just started on my brother's Christmas gift. I think you can already see it a little bit here in the back. So let's start with something else. Let's start with the thing that I'm most excited about making. I think it was the last podcast you saw it first, for the first time. Yeah, I think that was the first time. I started the September sweater by Giftknit, and I just joined in the round, so that is really exciting. I have some things to say about this because something didn't go like I planned it would. But this is how it looks now. It's just on the needles in the round. It's so soft. I'm using Drops Air. It's falling apart a little bit. I don't want to cake these up because I have a yarn winder. I don't want to do it because this is like a blow yarn, if you can see it here, and I'm just scared that I will squish the fibers too much and that it won't spring back. So this works a little bit less nicely, so it will fall apart like completely in the end. I had that happen before with the first skein, but that's okay. It's okay. I can work with it. But this is it. I just worked it around. I've put markers for where I was the last time. So I film these videos every 2 weeks. And this is maybe where I can see I'm not that far. So some people would already be at the sleeves probably, but I am only here. I haven't been working much on it. As I said, the priority was my mom's sweater. I am doing a modified version. Modified, remember? A modified version by Lia Lieke. I think that's, I don't know how you pronounce it, but she has a modified version. I'll put a picture up here where there are like these panels, these brioche panels, because this is a brioche knit. And I thought I was doing it right, but as you can see, something went wrong. So I made a modified version now, so that is also interesting. It doesn't look bad. My boyfriend was like, oh, you just made a new version. That's so cool. This is actually where I went wrong with the increases. I don't know how I was supposed to do it otherwise. I'm not gonna take it out. I'm fine with this. But as you can see now, with the modification, it is free on her Instagram. She explains it in one of her story highlights. You make a decrease at the, what is it, left side, right, the outer side, and you make an increase here to make sure you have the same stitch count, and that creates a really fun pattern. But my increases are on the wrong side, so it now just goes to this side, and now I have this big panel in the middle. So that is a little different than I had in mind, but I'm just gonna keep it. I just want to see how this turns out, and I don't really feel like ripping it out. I think it will be fun too. This is a really fun pattern to work on, I think. It is really nice to knit. I now joined it around, so brioche knitting in the round is a little bit different than back and forth. If you ever done it, back and forth brioche is just the same. It's like normally like stockinette stitch, you do one knit round, one purl round. With brioche, you do the same round back and forth, so it's really nice to do. Now I joined in a round, and now I have to do a knit round, brioche knit, so I have such a hard time pronouncing it, a brioche knit round, and then a purl brioche round. Talking is hard. So, but it isn't too bad, to be honest. I still enjoy it. I think it's so fun. I cannot wait to see how this turns out. Oh, I cannot put it on anymore because I don't have my thing in there. Maybe I'll put it on next time. I want to get some barber cords. I don't have that, and I think it's such a hassle to put like thread through it. Really get all the difficult words here. The thread through it. And to put it on the needles again. I really don't like to do that. So next time, hopefully have some barber thread. How it's called? Those things you put on your needle and you can get them through. Maybe I will buy some from Giftknit. But yeah, it's so nice and soft, and you can see it here. This fabric is so nice. It is so soft. It's a mix from alpaca, merino wool, and I think maybe a little bit of nylon for the inner thread. But I'm loving it, and I will still be working on it. You will see it more in the future. I want to try to make these videos a little bit more sped up because they can take over an hour with me talking, because I'm a talker and I talk a lot. And I think a little bit more, like not too fast, but just a little bit shorter maybe would be better. Let me know what you think about it, if you like to watch like half an hour videos or like an hour long podcast. I'm in between. I just watched one from Wool Needle Hands. I really like hers. It's so fun because in my analytics I can see what kinds of channels you are watching, and there I saw her channel, and so I was curious, and I've been watching her videos now. So I just watched one of her podcasts. I really like her way of doing it. So, and that was a bit of a shorter one. Oh, it's so hot. So I was like, maybe that's also fun to do. But knowing myself, last time I also said, oh, this will be a shorter one, and I think it was 50 minutes long, so don't hold me on to that. Next, what should we do? Do my mom's Giftknit. I have tried it on. I have a picture of it, so I will put that in here. Mom, you cannot watch this part, so go to this timestamp. I hope she's gone now, and otherwise you ruined your own surprise. So this is where I'm at. This takes so long. Oh, it takes so long. It is on size 4.5mm needles, but still it's so slow. And this is also the part where I'm like, am I so slow or are others just so fast? Because I see people whipping out sweaters in a week, and I'm like, here with a month and a half time worth knitting. I think this one did a bit slow. I haven't worked that much on it in the beginning. I put a marker in it again. So this is what I did last time. I haven't on the back. I know it's not great. This is where I was last time, so I made this part up without the sleeve. No, not last time, the time before. Now I was like around here. I joined in the round last time. But these rounds take so long. So I started a sleeve because I wanted to do something different. So I've been doing a sleeve. Been doing some decreases, but I won't be decreasing it too much because you can already see it's not huge, and I don't want it like skin tight, just flowy enough. I don't know if I told this already. I think I did, but I was going for a size small. We are quite tall but quite slim, so a size small most of the times is fine. Also with the positive ease that was the good size. But when I joined in the round and I did everything according to the pattern, I thought. I'm now at a size extra small for the body and the sleeves, so I don't know how that happened, but it will still be fine because with the extra positive ease it has, and this will be stretching probably. I've heard that alpaca, this is brushed alpaca silk bread drops, it will stretch quite a bit, so that will be fine. But yeah, my mom's Giftknit. I have no idea if I will be able to finish it, to be honest. As I said, it's been taking me so long, and I'm not enjoying it as much, to be honest. because it just takes so long. I like variety in what I'm working on, but it is a good practice to finish one thing before starting. No, I already started something else, but finish a thing. So yeah, I'm hoping I will finish this. I've been prioritizing quite a bit. This already took so long. This is what, like, I think this was 2 or 3 sittings, only this little bit of sleeve. I just don't understand how that's possible, but my gauge is good. We will just go on and hopefully I finish it with Christmas, by Christmas. Oh yeah, one other thing. I am now at my, so I do it double held. I am now at skein 3 and 4. Yeah, so I already have like 4 skeins in there. 50 gram skeins. I'm now at 3 and 4. I only have 2 left. So I think that will be a problem because, okay, this upper part is very large, of course, because you have the sleeves in there. But I calculated it and I looked at others in Ravelry and they did it, yeah, they did it with like 6 skeins double held, or is it 6 or is it, no, I have, this is 6 now. Yeah, this is skein 5 and 6. So I have 7 and 8 still laying in my stash. I'm not sure. There are people who made this like single held with like 3 or 4 skeins, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to manage it. I hope I will be able to finish the sleeve, at least with those 2. I think that will be possible. And then I still need a whole body. So because it's now up like here, so I have to probably order some more. Maybe I will do it like this Black Friday time if she has some sales where I bought it from. I hope she still has this color dye bath, because that will be a thing. But I heard that most, like, this is a big commercial brand, of course, or a bigger brand. They mostly, their colors are not that different, but fingers crossed that will work out. Okay, let's do my new whip because I'm excited, and it, like, I didn't do much, but it works quite fast. It is laying back here. As you might know, okay, wait, I'm gonna have a sip of tea. Okay, I'm back. As you might know, I am making socks for my brother for this Christmas as a gift. I have bought many crazy socks through the years. It started as a bit of a joke, and yeah, he loved it. Like, I buy them at H&M for like 3 for so many euros. And I thought, okay, now I can knit. Now it's my whole personality, so why not make some Christmas gifts, knitted Christmas gifts. And I thought, okay, why not make some socks, because I made 1 sock back then, I think, and I was like, well, I'll make some more. But I really like making socks. I have these on tiny circulars. These are a 275. I don't know, but I think it's Knit Pro. I think it's Knit Pro, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if I can see it on here. No, I cannot see it on here, but I'm quite sure it is. I wanted to have 2.5s, but they didn't have them. I was like, probably 2.75 is not that big of a problem, because I can knit quite tightly. I don't feel like I knit tightly, but compared to others, I see that I knit a little bit tightly. Yeah, and oh yeah, the crazy socks. So I always bought them for him, and I was like, I will make ones myself this year. But I was like, okay, what kind of character doesn't he have yet? What does he like? And I ended on Minions because they love those. I think those are pretty fun too. The moves are pretty good. Still enjoyable if you go with like just go as an adult. It doesn't really matter, of course. Ooh, that's strong. So, Minions. I found a picture, put it in Stitch Fiddle. If you don't know what Stitch Fiddle is, it's like a website where you can put like pictures in or make your own color chart or lace chart. Really easy. It literally, if you put a picture in, it literally makes it into pixels or stitches, and you can put it in a sock. So I have some yarn that I will be using. I made the cuff. I just simply made it a 15 row cuff. Do you see it? Yes. No, not really. Why isn't it a little bit? This yellow looks way lighter than in real life. It's a little bit more mustard. But I made the cuff. It looks like this is like flaring, but it's just a very large sock, and I cannot stretch it far enough on these needles. My brother has size 47, European size, which is a 12 UK, I think. I'm not sure what it is. I'm gonna look it up what it is in... Oh, that's kind of the same. I don't know what UK is then. 13 and a half. He has big foot, big feet. He has big foot. He has big feet. And I was struggling a little bit finding a pattern, so I just searched sizing charts or how many stitches to put on, because if I know how many stitches, I will figure out the rest. I have a very nice simple sock pattern. I also have the Love Heart socks that I will show you in a little bit, that I could just get all the basics out of and make it into normal socks. Yeah, so these are 72 stitches I casted on, and I really hope it's enough, because he has quite a high instep too. This already stretches quite nicely. This is the max I think that it can, but I have to make them really stretchy. This is maybe good to know. My brother is disabled. He has a mental disability called Fragile X syndrome. So he is 28 at the moment, but will always stay like a 4-year-old mentally. He's such a sweet guy, and he's amazing. But making him mentally a little bit younger, other things are also not as, how do you say that, far as they would be for a normal person, a not Fragile X person. There are very many different ways of Fragile X, so it's not the same for everyone. He is just at this level. But he is very rough with getting his socks on. So he will just put them on backward, so like with the heel on top. He will really not be careful with them. So I have been thinking about doing two things. So I wanted to make them very stretchy, but that is not one of those things. I'm making collar work, but I'm not the best at collar work yet. I have a little bit of a hard time making the floats good enough, long enough, tension. So I'm thinking, okay, I could try to do just collar work like normally, stranded collar work, or I will make it a duplicate stitch. I'm still not sure what I will be doing. I'm now literally at the point where I would be casting on another color. I will be starting the pattern. Yeah, I'm just not sure. I think I will try it and then maybe do duplicate stitch for like the details, so like the pupil, so maybe only do the glasses, as you can see in the picture. Only do the glasses, because there's not much room in between there, so it'll be easier. And I think that maybe do the details with duplicate stitch. I'm not sure. I have to figure it out, try it. But this is working so fast on these tiny circulars. I've been loving it. I tried it already from a friend a little while ago. She was at my place and she had them with her, and I could try it out, and I already thought I like it. I'm now working on DPNs for my other sock, but this goes so fast. I just did like 6 rows in for I think a few minutes. So that is really nice. So maybe this will go a little bit faster. And I'm so happy to have something new on my needles. I don't know, I like variety. That's another word that I cannot pronounce. Variety. I like variety. So I like casting on something new sometimes. So I was so happy I casted this on last night, because I finally got the measurements from my mom for my brother's feet, since they are so large. So yeah, I will be working on it today, tonight, cannot wait. You probably will see some of this on my Instagram, so follow me there, as I said, to be up to date of all the behind the scenes stuff. Otherwise you will see it in the next video in about 2 weeks time. Anything else I could say about it? This is Drops North, by the way. Just a nice alpaca mixed with a little bit of nylon, I think, or polyester. I'm not 100% sure. But there are many people that use them for socks. They are very soft, a little bit different than normal wool. So I'm excited about how these will turn out. So that's nice. Oh wait, and the other colors that I'm using, that's maybe fun to see too. I just bought, like, yeah, you have to buy full skeins, but I will be using like maybe not even 10 grams of, probably not even 5 grams, I think, of some colors. But I wanted to build my stash for sock yarn because I like knitting socks or something else, maybe for hats. I think these would be great too for hats. People make sweaters with these too, but I tried it out at a friend's house this weekend. I will talk a little bit later about it in the live stuff, but it was so itchy. She used it together with Dropskid silk, and it was too itchy for me, but I know people use it. I think this on its own, or maybe double held, I think it will be better. Then my last whip. You've seen this one quite a bit now. I already said that I would finish it 2 podcasts ago, I think, or maybe last time, but as I said, my priority was somewhere else. I haven't been working much on it. While I'm working on it, I already bought those tiny circulars a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago already. And I was also doubting if I would put it on these needles, but I didn't. It's my first time working on DPNs, but I do enjoy it. It's a little bit fiddly in the beginning, but it's nothing too bad. So this one, if you haven't seen it yet, I already have all finished. This was my first time color work. I redid the color work one time. Oh, it's just so fun. These are the Love Heart socks by From Devon with Love UK. Such a nice seller. I got them from Etsy, or I found her on Instagram, bought them over Etsy. I just love these colors. She used it exactly in these colors too, in this yarn, which is also Drops Nord. It's so nice. It's really just comfy and soft. They are quite thick. They are not the same as normal store-bought socks, of course, but you know this when you knit socks. But it's so fun. Only problem, I made the color work a little bit too tight, which already caused to have one float snap. So that's why I did the color work of this one a little bit looser. I already talked about this in this last video. It is not that neat. It's not that pretty, but I can't be bothered too much because I will have these on my feet, underneath my jeans, I don't like showing my socks. I'm like a no-show sock person, so it's funny that I'm making socks now, but I can work these in my Dr. Martens, and you won't see these. It's more for the idea that I have made them, so that's all okay. Last time I think it was around, about here. Finished the leg, finished the heel. This took me quite long. I don't know why, but it took me quite long. I also have been experiencing some pain again for my shoulder and my collarbone on my left side. So I cannot knit like every day at the moment. Sometimes I can, sometimes I cannot. Sometimes I get pain from knitting. Sometimes when I have pain, I was like, okay, I don't care anymore, I'm just gonna knit, and then the pain went away. So I really don't understand what is happening, but I just have to be a little bit careful. So that is what I'm doing right now. But yeah, only the leg and the toes to go. I'm not gonna say when I have these finished because I already know myself a little bit by now with knitting, and I'm not sure when I have these done. But I still love this pattern. It's really clear, it's really fun, and working on DPNs also is nice. Better than I thought it would be. So if you're scared to try it, don't be. I want to make a video about my first experience with DPNs, but I have some other things planned that I will tell you a little bit more about that have priority. So this will come eventually, probably in the new year, because I don't think I have enough room to post it this year and enough time to make it with the busy Christmas season coming. So the Love Heart socks, those are all my whips. So for September sweater, Cumulus Blouse, I haven't told which one it was. The September sweater by Giftknit, Cumulus Blouse by Giftknit. The socks for my brother that I'm self-drafting, and the Love Heart socks by From Devon with Love UK. Yes. I am not casting anything else on, I hope so, until after Christmas, because this sweater needs to be done. And I know if I'm going to cast anything else on, which I did with like the September sweater, I needed something else, it won't be finished on time. So I do have something in mind that I want to treat myself with if I'm done with the Christmas things. So I don't know if you've seen this one already. You might have already seen it. It is so beautiful. I'm a big fan of Kutova Kika, her work. I love watching her videos. I'm a little bit bummed that she doesn't film more, but I understand it. I really love watching her videos. She's just such a fun, nice, happy person to watch, and she makes some great knitwear. So she released this sweater, I think last week or the week before, just very recently. It's this one. It is the Arctic Light sweater, if I'm correct, and it is so beautiful. Oh, if you can fall in love with a sweater, I don't know if that's possible. I just did, or I already did. But it's so nice, and quite some people have started it. I thought I've seen that it was in like the first page of Burberry, so quite popular. And oh, I'm just so excited. As you can see, I like to challenge myself because I'm quite a new knitter still. I think I've been knitting for 5 months now, but I just want to make this. I don't even care how difficult it will be. I will just try it. I will figure it out along the way. I already seen someone use it with Drops Air, so the same one that as I'm using right here. I think it's Cara Knits. I have to look this up before I talk a little bit more about it. Yeah, so Cara Knits. I have the picture in front of me here. This is her last post. Oh, it's so beautiful. And she uses Drops Air. I don't know which color this is, but I was really surprised to see that this would work, and I'm loving this yarn at the moment. So it's so nice and fluffy. I am not looking like, I also want to try with mohair. I have some mohair laying around. I wanted to make the spot sweater before, but I'm postponing that a little bit before until I start to get better with color work. But yeah, I would love to try this for that sweater if that works. It looks like it's working because she's making it very beautifully. So I wanted to cast that on after the holidays, so when I'm done with all those gift knits, I just want to have this finished all up. I don't think I will have the September sweater finished by then. Those socks probably, like the socks for my brother will, I hope I will finish the sweater for my mom in time. And these will be finished in the next month, I hope. And I think only the September sweater will maybe take a little bit longer. But then I have a fresh palette. Maybe I want to make a hat too. I've been trying, like I show like these things I'm really working on. But on the side, I'm like, okay, I need to cast something on. And I'm like using some yarn for my stash. I have a lot of acrylic still. I'm not the biggest fan of acrylic anymore. I love the price point. That is something I still love. But I don't know, now I've been feeling those more natural yarns. I'm like, oh, this feels a little bit more scratchy. Just a personal opinion. I think you can still make beautiful things with acrylic. So I was thinking maybe a hat, because I don't know how those people do it, but I see a lot of people making hats or scarves with like beautiful wool yarn, but I'm just scared it will get wet and dirty. Like, I live in a very wet climate here, so it rains a lot this time of year. It has been raining quite a lot. It's super gray outside now, and if it will be snowing, it will be wet snow most of the times. So I don't know how normal wool or alpaca will hold up. So I thought acrylic would be fine for those kind of things. So I tried to cast on a hat, but it didn't really work out with the pattern. I wanted to make something cable and chunky. I have some chunky yarn, some like purple chunky yarn. So I thought it would be fun to make some like hat and mittens, but it wasn't really working out. So that was a bummer. But I was trying it out. This is not my favorite tea, to be honest. I like to drink chamomile and the star mint, but I don't know if that's the right explanation. Okay, the part of, am I a very slow knitter or is everyone else very fast? I don't know. I think I'm not the fastest. I know that by now. I do knit quite fast, but I don't knit enough. I think that's the thing. I think some people are absolutely faster than me. I'm absolutely not the fastest knitter, but I knit quite on a good tempo, I think. But some people can whip up sweaters like so fast. I don't know how they do it. I think that maybe they knit very fast and knit very, like, a lot. as I already said, I've been experiencing pain, so I cannot knit hours on end. I was able to in the beginning, but I'm not anymore. I'm like mesmerized also by what people are able to make in like a month. I saw a video of someone, I don't know her name, but she makes some reels and she shows all her things she makes in a month. And she had like 4 sweaters. I'm like, how are you able to do it? I don't know if you recognize this, but I'm a little bit jealous too. I think maybe that's the thing. But yeah, I think I'm just not that fast of a knitter. And I'm remembering to not be too harsh on myself about that part, because okay, I'm getting a little bit of pressure now because of the Christmas gift, of course, but I don't want to be rushing my works just because I want to have something done fast because others have their things done fast. That is not a good motivation to do those things for me personally. Could really help for the Christmas knit probably, but I really need to do that. But I don't know, I really need to remember why I do this craft. And the reason why I started is because I was experiencing burnout symptoms. If you ever have experiencing a lot of stress or burnout symptoms, you know you don't want to rush even more, you want to slow down. So that is why I started crocheting at the first, in the beginning, and knitting eventually. So I really need to remember that again. Like, okay, why do I knit? Why do I crochet? I want to slow down. I want to get out of my head. I want to have some room in there and not make it busier, you know? So I'm trying to remember that. When I'm looking at other people, their pages or their podcasts, Knitting Traditions is like a super fast knitter. I have no idea how she does it with a busy job. And I love watching those videos, but I just need to remind myself, I'm not that knitter. I don't need to be that knitter. That's okay. She's doing some amazing work, I'm doing some amazing work, but just at a slower tempo. I don't know, I think some of you, or you maybe, might recognize this. I really want to know your opinion on this, because I can get a little bit in my head about it, and I try not to. And I just want you to remember too, it is okay not to be a super fast knitter. Just remember why you do the craft. Is it for you to be very fast and make a lot of clothing pieces? Okay, then maybe you want to become faster, but for me that is not the first reason why I started doing this. So just wanted to remind you of that, remind myself of that, and talk a little bit about it. I always like to do a part that is watching, listening, reading, just some fun things, and then a little bit about life, what has been happening here. I can go quite fast through this. I try to be fast through this part. Watching, if I have to really put everything I watched in here in 2 weeks, I could make a whole podcast about it, because I'm a big movie and series fan, if you don't know already. We watched The Watcher. I don't know if you heard about it. It is on Netflix. They call it a thriller, I think. And it is so, how do you say it in English? What's the best word? Like, it's a on the tip of your chair kind of series. Oh, it has some jump scares, but it isn't too scary because I cannot handle scary things at all. I had nightmares when I was just a very little kid already, through my whole childhood, and if I watch something too scary, I can't sleep for 2 weeks, so I cannot handle those things. But this one was doable. I watched it together with my boyfriend. We were like sitting there on the couch, and some parts when it was too nerve-wracking, he was like watching with his ears closed, and I was like listening but not watching. So you can probably see how this would have looked. So this was quite funny. So, but it was a really good show. I don't want to tell too much about it, but it is about a family that goes to live in a new neighborhood. You just bought a very big house, and they have watchers, so stalkers kind of, but not in the way you normally would think. So watch that if you're interested in something like that. Something else that I almost have finished, I only have to watch the last part, so like half of the last episode, is from scratch. Oh my goodness, if you have watched this, you know, oh my god, it was heartbreaking. I had a big cry about it yesterday during the show. Like, I can sometimes have get a bit of watery eyes, you know, but this was true, like tears streaming down my face. So if you're not prepared, don't watch this show. It is as beautiful as it is heartbreaking. I also had no idea what it was about. I sometimes don't like to know what things about, just more like the genre and everything. So I already heard it was like a roller coaster of emotions. It was beautiful, and that was almost the only thing that I knew. So I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Maybe look up the trigger warnings if you want to watch this show. I don't know, I don't want to spoil too much, but there are some things with sickness. So really look into that if that is something you might not want to watch, because I can imagine you don't want to. But it is truly very well done. Zoe Saldana is the main actress, main character, and her partner. I'm really not prepared for these things sometimes. So Zoe Saldana, and this is an Italian name, so I'm gonna try it. Eugenio Mastrandrea. I hope I pronounced it a little bit right. They're very good actors. I think most of them are very good, so that is also really nice. I think it's a Netflix original. Oh, it is heartbreaking but beautiful. It's so sad and so beautiful, and watch it if that's something you're interested in. Reading, I haven't been reading much, to be honest. I'm still reading The Queen of Shadows, but I haven't really touched it these last 2 weeks. But my e-reader was in another bag and I didn't take it out, and you know how that goes. And there's a book club now at our area where we live. And like December 8th we have our first meeting, or where I also will be going. Because I really love reading. I love knitting, reading, and show movies and series. I think that's a good things of activities that I really love to do. And I love Dachshunds, if you don't know already, and ducks. So that's I'm getting from my story. The book club. They are already reading a book, so I've been starting it, but I really am not liking it. It's a Dutch book. The day I changed my name, if I try to translate it correctly. I don't know, I'm not feeling it at all. I'm not much of a drama book reader. Like I think it's drama. I am more of I do like the drama kind of books. So like the X Talks, for example, I've read that one. I thought it was fun. Didn't really take me long to get into. Like Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, I really like too. But I also really like science fiction or fantasy. As the Throne of Glass series is fantasy, and A Court of Thorns and Roses, I've also read that one. I loved it. So I'm not feeling it this book, but I will be joining the meeting, and I just have to see if I want to go more often after that. Depends on what kinds of books they are reading, because I don't really enjoy reading a book I don't like. I already experienced now, so I'm just gonna see how that goes. And it also isn't a bad thing that I don't like it. You can talk about it in that book club. That's the whole thing. Listening, I haven't listened to much new lately, so I'm not gonna talk about it. And live, as I already said in the last video, we had our anniversary weekend. My boyfriend and I have been dating for 2 years, so not last weekend but the weekend before. We had a full weekend planned full of activities. I have some pictures here for you. We went to dinner with sushi. Oh, it was so good, but I was so full. We ate too fast. Don't recommend it. And the day after I had a surprise planned for him. That was a high tea, and it was a playtime high tea, that's what it's called, and it was completely in the theme of our childhood. So like, I'm 25, he is 2, and it's completely in the theme of like our 5-year-olds like school time. So that was so fun. It was also very good. The food was really good. They did a very good job, so that was also really nice. Also, everything looks sweet, but it wasn't. Like, it was sweet and savory together. So I think the top was sweet, the bottom was savory. They did a really, really good job. And then the day after, the Sunday, we really made it a whole weekend. We went to the spa, and it was so nice. It was the first time for my boyfriend. I've been a few times before, so like saunas, spa. We also had a massage, so we had like the full package. Nice dinner there. We ate way too much food that weekend. We enjoyed it. but we were like, okay, we want to eat a little bit more healthier next week, so we did. Something else. Oh yeah, I also met up with a knitting friend last Saturday. It was so fun. I met them. I talked about it a few weeks ago. I'm gonna put my notes down now. I talked about it a few weeks ago. I met them through Instagram. No, I didn't met them through Instagram. There's a WhatsApp group from Lisa's Knit Club actually, and I've been put in there from another friend that I met through Instagram, and there was also a WhatsApp group for my local area where we live that was made out of that bigger group, so the south of the Netherlands. And we met up, I think about a month ago, and it was really nice, and I really liked it. They were also a little bit my age, so it was also fun to meet some more people my age, because I don't really have that often. The students, I'm still studying, if you don't know, they are quite a bit younger. I did some different things before, so I'm a little bit older. Most of the times I'm the oldest of the group, or I met some younger people, older people, not really in between. So that was also really fun. They're very nice girls, and now we met up again last Saturday. Also with the three of us. There are more people, but there's only other people that could. But one person couldn't. Eventually, there were some things that came in between. So we were with the two of us, and that also was really fun. A little picture here. You maybe saw it on my stories if you follow me on Instagram. Yeah, it was so fun. We talked about knitting for the 4 hours or 5 hours, I think, and crochet, and I saw all the things that she made, and it was really nice. And I also was able to try on some sweaters, which I really enjoyed, because I don't know if you recognize this, probably you do. We see those beautiful patterns online, but you only see it in real life when you have finished it. So when you have like 40 plus hours of work on it, most of the times way more. So it was really fun to try some things on. So I don't know which number it is again, but sweater number with the cables from Favorite Things Knitwear. She made that one, because that was really cool to see. She made it fast. And it was also really nice to feel the combination of fabrics together, like on your body. So she made things with drops Lord and Kid Silk, with drops Flora and Kid Silk, which I also have laying around for the spot sweater. Burst Apka Silk that I'm making the sweater for my mom with. So that was also really nice. And yeah, plans. Saturday, you have to be there. Come to an online knit crochet night, evening, morning, depends on where you are in the world. It is at 8 p.m. Amsterdam time. But it depends, of course, on where you are located. So we have some times put in there. I think it's 11 a.m. in California, 1 p.m. New York time, around that time, and 8 p.m. Amsterdam time, 7 p.m. England time, and then 9 p.m. for the rest of an hour for a day. So you can calculate it. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm gonna deep dive into some hosting tips this week, so I can be the best host for the group, for you. Yeah, I'm very excited. So let me know if you're coming. I would love to have you there. I will be doing these more often, probably not monthly, but every few months. And I cannot wait to meet you. So let me know in the comments if you're coming. Don't forget to put yourself on, how do you say that? That you're coming in the Facebook event. I also linked that one below. And let's see you this Saturday. Let's see how it goes. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna end it up because I'm probably talking for way too long already. I think it will be 40 plus minutes long, probably. And that is long enough for today. So I will see you next time. I am coming to you with some new videos. I do this video every other week. Next week, I'm not sure which one I will be posting, but I have some things planned. I have some Christmas videos planned. So that is really fun. Keep an eye out for that. And I also have something planned with tips for beginner knitters for a beginner knitter. I think that one will be going live next week, probably. So I'll see you there. Subscribe if you liked it. Like this video if you liked it. Let me know if you're coming. And I'm gonna end it up now. Really gonna end it up. So bye creator. I will see you next time.